Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are we all doing? We're all good. It's the start of the new week, so we're still feeling the effects from part one of Crisis on Infinite Earths, aren't we? I know I am. I certainly am. So today is the 9th of December 2019. So yeah, this is me doing a review. God, it's been a while, hasn't it, since I've actually done a TV show review. Hello. Anyway, let's just get into it. Part one of Crisis on Infinite Earths. I mean, we knew it was going to be epic, but God, it's opened up so vastly, hasn't it? It's just hit you like a roller coaster. Basically, it's how it's started. So I do want to advise that I am going to spoil, you know, pretty much everything in this episode and every part going forward as well. So Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 was actually on from Supergirl's end. So we sort of started everything from Earth. Well, I say we started from Earth 38. It's mainly focused on Earth 38. But the opening was just brilliant. We saw Robert Wall as Alex Knox on Earth 89, the clue in the name, and then Burt Ward's character, aka Robin Dick Grayson, on Earth 66, again, clues in the name, and the Titans. So DC Universe Titans, the streaming show that's been doing really well, has just finished its second season. They are actually on Earth 9. Now, I wasn't expecting them to even show the Titans in any capacity, but we now know that they're on Earth 9. So Earth 9 is where the Titans live. So then we get to Earth 1, and we're introduced. Obviously, we're seeing. No, sorry, not. Is it Earth 1? It is Earth 1. No, it's Earth 38. So we see Kara, I believe. No, my mistake. Sorry. We do see Kara, Brainiac, and Jean, and Alex, and obviously red skies and everything. And then they find that Argo City is about to be decimated. Basically, it's about to be no more. So we cut to Argo City, where we see Kal-El, aka Clark Kent, with Lois Lane and Baby Jonathan. Baby John is there. I mean, it's brilliant to see them with, as parents. It's on live action as well. So Baby John's present, and I love Bitsy Tulloch basically saying how, Superman has gone up against the likes of Doomsday and Zod and Lex Luthor, how many times he's battled him. But here he is being bested by baby nappies. And then Superman's excuse is, we are in a planet that's got a red sun. Lois is like, yeah, don't start blaming the lack of yellow sun for your not being able to cope with a baby. So, but no, it was really nice to see that. And then obviously, as I say, the antimatter wave hurtling towards Argo City. You see Allura, played by Erica Durant, come out and basically say, look, come on, we've got to go. And they basically, do you know what, this is what was so brilliant, they basically reenact the opening to Superman the movie, to Jor-El and Lara sending baby Kal-El off in a ship from a doomed planet. And it was like that all over again, because Argo City was part of Krypton. So it was just like that all over again. And you heard the quotes from both Tyler Hoechlin and Bitsy Tulloch. They basically repeated what Marlon Brando had said in Superman the movie when he was saying goodbye to baby Kal-El. And I just thought, oh, what a touching moment, what a homage that was. It was really, really good. I've just got to go back a bit, because I did say to myself that we're focusing on Earth 38, and we did actually open on Earth 38 after visiting all the other Earths. Earth 38, Will Wheaton, is shouting the odds that the world is going to end. And did you notice the poster he was holding? If you go back to Superman 2, towards the end, to where Zod and Ursa and Non are about to take on, the citizens of Metropolis, where they actually blow them all away. So yeah, there's a guy wearing that same board as well. So great homage there. Anyway, cut back to Argo City. So yeah, so they send Baby John off to Earth, and Argo City is gone. Okay, and I'm sitting there thinking, oh, so that means no more Superman and Lois, at least on this universe. And that's where my mind was going. So then Harbinger, Lila Michaels, aka Harbinger, as I've just said, sorry, played by Audrey Marie Anderson. She's now basically going to all the different Earths and all the different places to recruit the heroes. She picks up the Flash. She picks up Batwoman. Batwoman's not happy that she's been picked up. She's then picked up, obviously, Green Arrow and Mia as well. So Oliver Queen and Mia have been picked up. She's also picked up Ray Palmer and Sarah Lance, the Legends, and they all come to National City on Earth 38. And Kate Kane's response is just smacking Lila in the face, basically saying, please don't ever do that again. And because Kara's the only one that Kate knows, it's then down to Kara to basically say, look, if you're here because, she's brought you here for a reason, it's not because she's just done it out of, for fun or anything. There is it's a crisis event. It's an extinction level event, basically. Is what we're facing. So so Kate's kind of like, right, okay. Well, in that case, my name's Kate, and she just reveals herself to everybody. So you've got Clark there, you've got Lois there, Oliver's there, Barry, Sarah, and Ray aren't on National City because they're doing reconnaissance elsewhere, and I'll get to that in a moment. So Earth 38 is basically the ground, their battlefield, essentially. This is where they're going to stand their ground to try and fight off the antimatter wave that's coming through. And all throughout the episode, what you find is you notice how straight away the first thought that you're thinking is, okay, this is where Earth 38 is gonna end. But is it going to be in this episode, or are they going to stretch it out to maybe another 2 episodes? Is it going to be the cliffhanger at the very end of the 3rd part? And that's what we're thinking. Is that where it's going to happen? But it turns out that isn't the case, because in the run-up to all of this, we find out that obviously the antimatter wave is moving very fast, and they've got hours to try and either evacuate or stand their ground to try and fight off what they can. And it's down to then Oliver and basically all the heroes, apart from Lois, because she and Sarah go to, well, this is what was interesting. So remember the Legends went to 2046, where they found old man Oliver Queen with one arm because he lost his other arm, and I think he got a mechanical arm at the end of it as well. Turns out that version of Oliver Queen isn't the Oliver Queen of Earth 1. This is actually Oliver Queen of Earth 16. Go figure that one out. So they brought that one in, and I thought, okay, interesting. That's a good way of doing it. And that's where Baby Jonathan Kent has ended. Yeah, Baby Jonathan has ended in Earth 16 in 2046. So Lois and Sarah both go and fetch him. Eventually, Sarah and Oliver, old man Oliver, they have a moment, and it was pretty emotional. I mean, I was actually welling up at one point as well watching it, and it was just like, Oliver has practically lost everybody at this point. As far as on his Earth, he's lost everybody. He was telling Sarah how you died, you should not have gotten on the Gambit, and she basically just says, no, I'm not your Sarah. I'm from a parallel universe. And he's thinking, okay, what? So she says it's a long story, all that stuff, but it was just so emotional. It really was emotional, and it was like just hitting home and giving him some inspiration, because yeah, she just basically just said to him, you know what, you become a great person. You know, you become a father, you become a husband, you become a leader, all of this stuff. And he just thinks, wow, okay, I have done some good. So it really does hit home. I forgot to mention that Brainiac also went along with Sarah and Lois, because he was the one that tracked Baby Jonathan's ship to Earth 16. Anyway, rambling here. So, as I always do, you guys know me. You know this is what I do. So anyway, we then see that so the Monitor has obviously recruited everybody. The quantum, I want to call it the quantum fork, has appeared in National City, which is counteracting the antimatter wave. And obviously, I was trying to think how they were going to bring in the Shadow Demons, because I have been rereading Crisis on Infinite Earths, the comic books, and I've almost finished. I've got 2 issues left to finish. I was thinking, how are they going to bring in the Shadow Demons? And boy, they didn't disappoint. They did not disappoint with the Shadow Demons as well. It was really good to see that. So you got the heroes fighting them off. You've got Superman and Supergirl up on the roof of the fork, trying to reignite it, because at one point the sky turns red again. But all while this is happening, National City is now being evacuated. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting, because Alex chooses to say that they need Lena's help. And we already know what's going on with Lena. If you've been watching Supergirl, you'll know exactly what I mean. Personally, I think she's been a bit petty about the whole friendship thing, that Kara didn't tell her that she was Supergirl, and then Alex knew about it, Jean knew about it, just because everybody else knew about it apart from her. She learned it from Lex at the end of last season. And it's like, girl, get over yourself. This isn't a reason to try and, you know, go all ultra womany on people. You know, fair enough, you got betrayed, suck it up, kind of move on, let bygones be bygones. But that's clearly not what they're going to do here. They are going to play on that. You know, she's going to use that feeling towards everybody. Anyway, Alex eventually convinces her to help, although I say convinces. Lena does say, look, you guys betrayed me, we're not friends, you know, and I'm never going to forgive any of you. But if the fate of the universe is at stake, of course I'm going to help. So she does help. They get her to do reenact what she did in, was it season 2 or season 3, where the Daxamites appeared, and she and Kara and Manel all helped to create this portal, this gateway, to allow the Daxamites to then leave Earth in a portal. So she's done. They basically got her to do that again, but this time to transport pretty much everybody of National City, because there was no way they're going to evacuate the entire world. So the heroes are fighting off the Shadow Demons. Lena and Alex are working to create this this massive portal. Brainiac has left his ship with Jean, because he's gone to Earth 16 with Lois and Sarah. So all of that is happening, and at the same time, Barry has also confessed to Oliver that he is meant to die. And Oliver's like, no, that's not what we agreed. So he has a chat with the Monitor. The Monitor tells him, look, you know, before Elseworlds, this was what was predicted. However, this is what's actually going to happen. And Oliver's feeling really shitty about it, because it's like, no, we agreed that it was going to be me, that I was going to be the one that was going to sacrifice my life so that everybody else was saved, because of what happened in Elseworlds. And it was like, yeah, but, you know, things are changing, and they are changing, because as we progress in the episode, we start to see the antimatter wave come through Earth 38. Before all this is happening, the heroes are doing their best. At this point, the Monitor intervenes and starts to teleport everybody out of Earth 38. Turns to Oliver and says, you know what, it's time. And Oliver's like, has the planet been evacuated? Not entirely. Then it's not time. And Oliver is just, he's still there. He's still standing. Yes, he's a bit bruised. Yes, he's a bit battered. He's run out of arrows, but he's not given up. And the Monitor sees this. The Monitor sees the hope and the courage and the braveness of Oliver and thinks, I underestimated this guy. I didn't think he had this in him. So he transports him to Earth 1, which is where everybody else is now. They're in the bunker, in the Arrow Cave, as it were. And Oliver's practically bloodied, and he's on his last legs. Monitor's telling everybody how he fought to his last breath. Well, it wasn't his last breath because he's still breathing. But, he fought to his last breath, and, he didn't expect it was going to happen. This was not what he foresaw, and then Oliver's giving his goodbye farewells. He's tearing up. Sarah's tearing up as well. Mia as well. She's also crying. Oliver's telling her to find Felicity, tell her how much he loves her, and Barry saying how he was the best of us, and what he's given his goodbyes, and I'm sitting there thinking, this can't be it. They can't end here. You can't kill Oliver now. I wasn't expecting it to happen until maybe at the third part, at least, and then maybe probably even to the fourth and maybe even the fifth one. But it's like, okay, how did the last two episodes of Arrow play out? Because don't forget, we still got Arrow coming up in Crisis, but that's not till January. So Arrow's part is still to come. So it'll be interesting to see if Oliver Queen comes back, how they're going to do that. But then at this point, Earth 38 is gone. However, they were able to save 3.5 billion people. So that's good. So 3.5 billion people, not a bad number, but now they're all on Earth 31. Sorry, not Earth 1. Sorry, they're all on Earth 1 now. So be interested to see how all that happens. All these people are now, the Earth is even more crowded than it was. So be interested to see how all that happens. And coming into part 2, we're going to see Kevin Conroy's Batman, or rather Bruce Wayne. Kingdom Come Bruce Wayne, by the way, because he's got the exoskeleton sort of harness that allows him to move a lot easier, because obviously he's old and he can't move as fast as he used to. He's not as flexible as he used to be. So this helps him have mobility and such. And we see him, he comes across Kate Kane, and she's like, Bruce, and he's like, Kate. So it'll be interesting to see how that interaction goes as well. Lex Luthor, he's alive, although did we expect anything less? No. And then obviously at the end of part 1, not only do we see the Monitor, we also see Pariah, previously known as Nash Wells. Now, when I was watching The Flash last week, and well, not just The Flash, but all the other shows, Supergirl and Arrow and Batwoman as well, they kept showing Nash Wells at the entrance where he's basically followed the Monitor, and turns out that he is the reason the Anti-Monitor has been released. And if you've read the Crisis on Infinite Earths comic books, you'll know how that pans out, why the Anti-Monitor became who he is and such. There's one of the issues that focus on the backstory, on the history, on the origin, and seeing this version of Wells become Pariah, it was like, yeah, that's down to you, because you went chasing from multiverse to multiverse, from one universe to the next, all across the multiverse, chasing the Monitor. This is your penance. You are now having to witness the deaths and destructions of other worlds, because you basically, got greedy in that sense. So it's now made him realize that, okay, this is serious now. Everything that is, everything that was, everything that's come to be is doomed. That's basically what he says. And it's like, yeah, you're not wrong there, Sunshine. It is doomed. How it's all going to play out, I do not know. Because as I say, I've read the comics, and seeing it unfold on screen is a different kettle of fish altogether. So some interesting times coming, my people. Interesting times indeed. So I'm going to leave it there. I want to say thank you all for watching. Excuse again me rambling as always, but that's what I do. Look forward to tomorrow, because that's when I'll be doing a review of part 2. I will be watching that tonight, and I think I'll be watching Black Lightning straight after, because during part 1 they did show the advert for Black Lightning, and it seems that the Crisis is affecting Jennifer Pierce's powers. Very interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds as well. So I will be watching part 2 of Crisis and then Black Lightning afterwards. So I may do a little mini review of Black Lightning afterwards as well. So we'll see. But anyway, that's it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. See you all very soon. Bye.